Hi everybody. Today I will be discussing how to effectively use the Frayer Model vocabulary strategy in a 6th grade social studies classroom. The Frayer Model helps students understand the concept of a vocabulary word by defining it in their own words, giving an example of the term, a non-example of the term, and 3 interesting facts about the term. The model is interactive as students teach each other about words they used in their own Frayer Model. Completely understanding a word is crucial in expanding a student's vocabulary. As you can see, the Frayer Model has a circle in the middle and 4 surrounding boxes. Box 1 is the top left, box 2 is the top right, box 3 is the bottom left, and box 4 is the bottom right. Today I will be using a vocabulary word that I pulled from the trade book, Seeing the Elephant by Pat Hughes, as an example for the Frayer Model. The middle circle of the model is where the vocabulary term is written. The term I chose is canteen, which I will write now. The passage in my focus book where I found this term, canteen, says, Aunt Belle and I took one train to Philadelphia, then another to Washington. All along the way there were soldiers. Soldiers with haversacks, soldiers with weapons, soldiers with canteens. In box 1, which is the top left, the students should write the definition of the term in their own words. On my Frayer Model, my definition is a small, usually round, durable water bottle that is usually used by soldiers, campers, and others who plan on being outdoors for long periods of time. In box 2, the student will write 3 interesting facts about their term. My 3 interesting facts about the term canteen are: 1. They are very durable. 2. They can hold up to 4 pints of water. 3. They are made for outdoor use. At this point, here is what your Frayer Model should look like. In box 1, you should have the definition in your own terms. In box 2, you should have 3 interesting facts about your term. And in the middle circle, you should have the vocabulary term written. In box 3, the student will write a synonym or an example of the vocabulary term. My example of canteen is water bottle. In box 4, the student will write an antonym or a non-example of the vocabulary term. My non-example of canteen is cup. Now, here is what your final Frayer Model should look like. In box 1, your definition of the term in your own words. In box 2, 3 interesting facts about the term. The middle circle should display the term. Box 3, your synonym or example of the term. And in box 4, your antonym or non-example of the term. As backup, I suggest having your students illustrate what they wrote in each box. For example, for my definition, box 1, I wrote, a small, usually round, durable water bottle that is usually used by soldiers, campers, and others who plan on being outdoors for long periods of time. I simply drew a canteen. Hopefully your students are much more artistic than I am. In box 2, my first interesting fact was that canteens are very durable. My example of an illustration that shows this is a hammer banging on a canteen. My second interesting fact about the word canteen was that it can hold up to 4 pints of water. My illustration that displays this is a beaker with 4 pints of water filled. My third interesting fact about the word canteen was that they are made for outdoor use. My illustration that displays this is a sun. My example of the word canteen in box 3 is water bottle. My illustration for this is a water bottle. My non-example of the word canteen in box 4 is cup. Therefore, I drew a cup. These concrete images that your student will illustrate will help them further conceptualize and understand the vocabulary term. As a reminder, your students' illustrations should directly display what they wrote in that box. Anything else will not be supplemental to them learning about the vocabulary word. While this model can be used on an individual basis, as I have just shown, in my classroom I would use it as an interactive tool. I would begin by splitting my classroom up into groups. Depending on how many students are in my class, each group should have at least 3 people. Then, they will fill out the Frayer model as a group. In each group, one person will be appointed as the presenter. Once the Frayer model is complete, the presenter stays at that table while the rest of the group rotates to the next. Every time a new group sits down at their table, the presenter will explain their Frayer model and teach the group about their given word. Having the students teach each other the vocabulary words, instead of having the teacher stand up front and explain each word individually, helps the students take control of their own learning. This will also help them better understand each vocabulary word. Let's review. The advantages of using the Frayer model are: it helps students conceptualize a vocabulary word. It is interactive and different from the everyday structure. Overall, most students learn very well this way, and a wide vocabulary is very important to being successful later on. Now, let's recap how the Frayer model works. First, you must choose a vocabulary term. In box 1, you write the definition of the term in your own words. In box 2, you must choose 3 interesting facts about your term. In box 3, you write a synonym or an example of your term. In box 4, write an antonym or a non-example of your term. Now remember, I highly suggest having your students illustrate each box of the Frayer model. These concrete images will further help them conceptualize and understand the vocabulary word. It also makes the activity a lot more enjoyable for the students. And when students enjoy what they are doing, they retain a lot more information. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I look forward to reading all of your comments and hearing about all the different ways you use the Frayer model in your classrooms.